वनडे फॉर्मेट में बॉलिंग करना ये स्विच इसको कैसे देखते हैं कि बॉलिंग में कैसी एडजस्टमेंट्स कर पड़ती हैं जब आप इस फॉर्मेट में आते हो?
देखिए T20 क्रिकेट ऑब्वियसली डिफरेंट है। वनडे क्रिकेट बहुत बेसिक, जैसे आप टेस्ट क्रिकेट खेलते हो, आपको बहुत ज़्यादा डिसिप्लिन रहना पड़ता है क्योंकि लॉन्ग क्रिकेट है, 50 ओवर्स। डिफरेंस बिल्कुल है, लेकिन आपको एडजस्ट करते जब आप लंबी क्रिकेट खेलते हो तो आपके लिए आसान होता है क्योंकि लॉन्ग टाइम पे आपको एक अगर बैटिंग है तब भी आपको डिसिप्लिन रहना, और अगर बॉलिंग भी है तो लंबी देर तक आपको डिसिप्लिन और बेसिक चीज़ें जो है ना वो करनी है। तो आई थिंक सारे लड़के रेडी हैं, तैयार है, और ऑब्वियसली एज अ प्रोफेशनल जो भी फॉर्मेट आता है उसके लिए तैयार होते हैं।
अच्छा, ये बताएं कि फैसलाबाद आपने डोमेस्टिक क्रिकेट खेली हुई है, यहाँ की कंडीशंस नॉर्मली कैसी होती हैं?
नॉर्मली जब हम लोग खेले थे तो पिचेस यहाँ पे आई बिलीव थोड़े स्लो होते हैं, और अ, मेरे ख्याल से कि उसी तरह के पिचेस एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि रिवर्स पे ज़्यादा चांसेस होते हैं फास्ट बॉलर के लिए, और आई थिंक जो स्पिनर्स हैं उनको भी थोड़ा हेल्प मिलेगा। तो आई थिंक ऐसी भी नहीं है कि बैलेंस विकेट हमको देखने को मिले थे, लेकिन लेट्स सी कि अब यहाँ पे किस तरह के पिचेस हैं।
चलें, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर थॉट्स एंड गुड लक फॉर दिस वन।
थैंक यू।
Well, there you heard it from Naseem Shah. All these people have come out to watch their favorite stars, and they're obviously dressed up to the occasion. Babar Azam fans, they're everywhere. Everywhere, any part of Pakistan you go to, you will find them. And this is obviously not half of what you can expect here in terms of the crowd turnout, because there are lots and lots of people that have queued up outside. So, like I said, lots to look forward to, and lots to look forward to in terms of leadership as well from Pakistan perspective. Amir, Shaheen Shah Afridi, we've seen him briefly as a T20 to that role. We've seen him also part of Lahore Qalandars. How do you see this sort of contest or challenge for him?
See, the most important aspect in captaincy is how you utilize the talent available for you. As a captain, you have to obviously give them confidence, encourage them, but at the same time, you have to keep the players in their comfort zone to start with as a captain, and gradually learn how to take them out of that comfort zone to be able to get most from their talent. So I think the usage of talent is going to be the key for Shaheen Shah Afridi, and then his own bowling. How he's going to manage different spells and how he's going to use other bowlers alongside him.
ODI cricket, a different ball game to T20s. One, just in terms of South Africa, with their leadership, how do you think he can really sort of utilize his resources?
Yeah, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for young Brieske. Of course, given the nature of the surface where he grew up in Port Elizabeth, similar low, slow conditions, turning conditions. So I think he'll be well aware of the kind of leadership obviously expected of him, but also those changes, I think, in terms of how he marshals his spin bowlers, his fast bowlers. I think we heard Naseem Shah mention there that reverse swing might play a role here a bit later on, and I think this element in the bowling department that I'm fascinated about is obviously an element that has gone missing, in the recent past, but I do feel with the dryness of that surface, there will be a bit of reverse swing, so it's going to be important to see how both captains marshal, especially the seam bowlers. We expect the surface to spin, but I think it's going to be the seam bowlers who's going to have a massive say towards the back end of an innings.
Okay then, I mean, we're talking about totals here because we are reaching that part of the show. What total do you think, South Africa, when we talk about South Africa, what would they be comfortable with?
I think given the nature of this surface, you perhaps have to set your sights a little bit lower. I think if you can get 260, 270, you'll be well within this contest this afternoon.
Would Pakistan back themselves to get 260, 270?
I think with due round, it should be gettable. But I think if South Africa gets to 260, that'll be a huge effort, let me tell you that.
That will be a huge effort, and I can tell you that the support is definitely going to be there for Pakistan. Wonderful atmosphere already. People have lined up to see all the action. See you guys after the short break for all the live action.
17 years later, Faisalabad wakes
बाद में साउथ अफ्रीका की टीम आ रही है। पाकिस्तान को तो हर कोई सपोर्ट करेगा, मैं तो साउथ अफ्रीका को करूंगा।
The stage is ready. The trophy awaits and the wait finally ends. There's a lot of excitement in the air as we once again come to Faisalabad for an international. It's a 3 ODI series for the KFC presents Vigotel Mobile ODI Series 2025. First ODI live from Iqbal Stadium, Faisalabad. It's Shine Shah Afridi's men versus Britsky's Proteas. So after a decent T20I performance, Pakistan looking to wrap up the ODI series as well. Couple of new faces, but generally the team's DNA is still the same. Proteas, on the other hand, have got this great opportunity to introduce young blood, and it's serious talent in the ranks for the Proteas in this ODIs. The pitch, it looks bone dry, it looks grassless, a lot of plates, but the plates are holding up, and it appears as if some reverse, some spin will take impact on the surface. A lot of people in all roads lead to Iqbal Stadium, Faisalabad. The toss was won by Shine Afridi, decided to bowl first. And so it's up to the Proteas how they produce the goods with the bat. I've got JP Dumini here with me to describe the talent in South Africa's lineup.
Yeah, thanks, Ramiz. We've got 3 debutants for South Africa in Pretorius and Ferreira and Kishile. Wow, we've got Quinton de Kock back after 2 years at the ODI level. And South Africa opting for the 2 frontline spinners as well in George Linder and Quinton, or rather Bjorn Fortuin, along with Ngidi and Williams to make up that bowling quartet.
What have Pakistan got? A new leader in Shine Shah Afridi. Fakhr makes the comeback. Saim, Babar, Rizwan, Salman Ali Agha. The middle order and the top order looks pretty decent. Then there's a lot of spin options for Shine Afridi in the shape of Nawaz and Abrar. Salman himself. Saim Ayub has become a frontliner with the ball these days, so he'll be used quite well here by Pakistan. Right, the teams are standing by for the national anthems. It's a very good tradition, healthy tradition. And so it's going to be South Africa's national anthem first. a huge roar, and well, the national anthems are usually emotional pieces, and so crowds have the vibe to go through the day. It's going to be exciting to watch South Africa, how they bat on a pitch which is alien to South African conditions. Very dry, grassless. The ball may just stay low at times, but anyway, international cricket, ODI cricket is about challenging yourself and adapting to the conditions. Rashid Riaz is out there with Mr. Ghafoor. Asif Yaqub, in fact, standing in his 23rd ODI match. I don't know whether there's less pressure on the umpires when they're dealing with white ball cricket, or whether there's more pressure when they're doing Test cricket. Anyway, SIS Saikat standing in his 70th ODI. And there they go. Pakistan have chosen to field after winning the toss. South Africa need to get off to a good start here. Quinton de Kock, a lot is expected of him. His skills, his experience will come handy in a team that is flooded with young talent and inexperience.
Last played for South Africa in the Cricket World Cup in 2023. It's 10 innings. It's at nearly 600 runs at a shade under 60 on average. He's alongside the debutant, Luhandre Pretorius, the 19-year-old, full of talent and spark and the ability to really take down opposition. He's shown some glimpses of that already in the other formats. And those are the numbers in List A cricket, just the 15 matches. But an aggressive player with the two left-handers for South Africa to open the innings here in Faisalabad.
New captain Shaheen Shah Afridi has the new ball and looking to strike hard. First up, he's got this great ability to challenge the technique of a batsman in the very first over of his spell. It's not the first part, but the last part, the last death overs, the last 10 overs where Pakistani bowling seems to struggle. But he's out there to provide Pakistan with a head start. Two slips in place for the left-hander. Three men on the offside at point, cover and mid-off. Two on the onside in the ring. He's got this vicious in-swinging angle against the right-hander. And that can be troubling for the left-hander as well. Hence the two slips in place for an outside edge. There we go, first ball. Oh, on the bounce. The ball just stopping a little bit, and that's going to be the key here. How you adjust, how you adapt on a pitch where the balls may just stop a bit on you.
Yeah, been a lot of talk already up until this point. Only one delivery bowled, and the surface coming into question in terms of its slowness. Rambo, you were out there for the pitch report, and the first thing you spoke about is the amount of turn that you expect.
He's ready to attack. Have a look at the stance there. Leaves it well alone. Actually, some of the practice surfaces give you an idea of how the actual surface is going to play, because it's the same square. And so when we saw Pakistan and South African spinners bowl on those surfaces, the ball was turning a lot. Too early to maybe have a shot cover in pace, but he's now been installed, so that's a good ploy. Fielder taken away from the leg side, put at shot cover. puts it away into the gap. It's Abrar who does well with a slide.
Pretorius off the mark in ODI cricket for South Africa. As mentioned, we saw the change of field. Mid-wicket coming across to the offside. And we spoke about the pitch. Really on the slow side.
Dying like the beast joins WOW. Tense atmosphere. Enter building. Engage in combat. New Dying Light the Beast zombie object. Endless enemies. Fend off zombies. Thrilling battles. Adapt to different enemies. Battle with your team. Defeat all enemies. Reach the safe zone. Attain victory. Come explore a Dying Light the Beast themed WOW map.
Of the South African batters. And more importantly, what is your position on point of release? Are you nice and still? Are you having the ability to play under your eyes? And the attempt is really to try and hit the ball into the ground as quickly as possible.
Seen a lot of T20I variations now being adopted by the batsmen in 50 overs cricket. Yeah, there's initial hesitation, but a misfill allows a single. After over number 1, 3 without a wicket, South Africa. Two teams for you. South Africa have got a young side. Pakistan have got an experienced hand. Naseem Shah is going to bowl the second over. A lot of interest in his form, how he bowls. How beautiful is that? How lovely is that straight drive? Meeting the ball with the full face of the blade, and there, just letting the world know how talented this guy is.
Yeah, lovely confidence booster on his debut for Leandro Pretorius. And we spoke about positioning and point of release, nice and still. Not a half volley by any stretch of the imagination, but the ability to play it under his eyes and find the timing.
From a bowling perspective, what would be an ideal pitch map for Naseem Shah with the new ball? He's a natural swinger of the ball. Of late, he's been getting less success. Last 10 matches and just 15 wickets for Naseem Shah. But his pitch map could have space for cutters, the off cutters, the leg cutters. A nice line. It's tempting the left-hander for that swinging cut shot.
Yeah, you'd feel that the pitch map will certainly be a touch fuller, particularly with the new ball. Remember, we're back into ODI cricket, 2 new balls, one each side, and allows for the ball to swing a little bit longer than it would in T20 cricket. And both these 2 opening bowlers for Pakistan will certainly try and target the pads and the stumps of these two left-handed openers.
Yeah, beautifully timed once again. The ball flies across the surface to the mid-on field. It didn't allow any chance for a quick run. Still a lot of people queuing up to get into the stadium. Yeah, there's a lot of interest, massive interest in this ODI series, taking place after a gap of 17 years here in Faisalabad. How cool is that for the fans to once again sample some top quality cricket. Nice, really nicely punched through the offside. Shah Afridi will give up the chase. Great piece of timing and placement.
Value for shots here at the Iqbal Stadium. Again, position perfection from Leandro Pretorius. Doesn't try to overhit it at all. Just great timing, finds the gap and races off to the fence.
Single of the last ball of the over, he'll keep the strike. Pretorius 12 without a wicket.
Yeah, 2 boundaries thus far in the South African innings, both from the hand of and the bat of Leandro Pretorius. Really been impressed by his positioning thus far. Quinton de Kock yet to face a delivery.
Great thing about Pretorius and youth who are making debut or playing this format for the first time is that they don't come out there with any extraneous stuff in the mind. They're out there as fresh recruits and treat this as a normal service, normal business, batting on a surface like this. Is flown through the offside. Pretorius comes across as someone who's really well positioned to play those drives, and I think that's the way to go on this surface. See off Shah Afridi as safely as possible. There's got to be a game within a game, and I think it's important that his first 3 or 4 overs are not met with any kind of risk.
The exuberance of youth, Rambo.
Yeah, absolutely. So refreshing to see. You're out there, you're just being as instinctive as possible.
The interesting thing to note here, Pretorius playing in his debut, de Kock coming back after 2 years, de Kock huge amounts of experience. And what an opportunity for Leandro to play with a player of the caliber of Quinton de Kock, batting alongside him.
On the pads, worked away nicely, cleanly played for a run. KFC, official food partner. It has taken 2.3 overs for de Kock to face his first ball. Standing out of the crease to meet the ball early. Right in the middle of the bat.
Yeah, it's a format that he's found huge amounts of success as Quinton de Kock, renowned for scoring big hundreds in this format. Just played the 4 games thus far since return from retirement to international cricket, and this is probably a format we'll feel a little bit more comfortable. Time at the crease, an opportunity to accumulate a big innings.
Yeah, that is such a good shot. Once again, pure timing from another left-hander on the pads and put away through square leg for 4.
Yeah, Pakistan opting for a packed offside field, and looking for that shape is Shaheen Shah Afridi, but doesn't quite get it. And Quinton de Kock up to the task and finds the middle of the bat for his first boundary.
Good start against the new ball is of such value. And so far so good. 17 without a wicket. Pro chess. Oh, almost an inside edge. We saw that happen plenty of time during the T20I series. After 317 without a wicket.
It's an area of his game where he's pretty solid, is the ability to defend well. But it's the angle that does him here, does Quinton de Kock. He generally looks to dab that down to third man. Here's some of the highlights of the previous series a couple of days ago. Back to the first T20I in Pindi. And that's the inside edge.
Naseem's economy in the last 10 ODIs is going at 6.35, 15 wickets. So in 10 overs, he gives away, what, 63 runs and picks up a wicket, wicket and a half. His career economy rate, Naseem Shah's, is 5.48. His career record is superb. Babar Azam, every...
Deriv's partners will be a pivotal part of Deriv's growth in the next iteration. As we enter new regions, it's because our partners helped us understand exactly what traders need, and we are able to localize our product offerings.
But when you win the toss, then there's got to be some team game plan, and it has to be early wickets with the new ball. Has to be spin early in the first 10 overs or so. Nice, and well stopped. That could probably be your go-to shot on a surface like this against pace. Full face of the blade and look to play through the V area. Anything square, the ball may just drop a bit in pace, and there's this problem of getting bowled off the inside edge of a blade.
On a surface such as this one, where the attempt is certainly to hit the stumps, trying to utilize the swing, yes. And I mentioned earlier about the fact that it's going to test the techniques of batters, and in particular the balance. Because you're looking to hit down the ground, are you going to be conscious of the head movement through to the offside? With that said, a change of angle by Naseem Shah, coming around the wicket now to Quinton de Kock.
Squared him up just a little bit, but But the idea is right. He can take his time. It's 50-over format, 50-over contest, and they need his services for most part of this innings. He's got experience, has got this great ability to amp it up. Leg side fielders being adjusted, put at square leg. Fine fielders comes into the circle, slips removed at mid-wicket. Plenty of changes for the last ball. After 4-18 without a wicket. Four overs, 18 without a wicket. One good thing about ODI cricket, JP, is that bowlers can get into the game by bowling a longish spell compared to T20Is, where they're in for a fleeting moment and then they're removed from the scene. On the bounce, it's a crowd catch. What? That was off the ground and straight at point. They're conferring. Wow.
Or you can go to side on, whichever. Yeah, just go back, please, and then forward. Batsman sitting to the ground. I've made my decision for the big screen.
Just a needless pause, but anyway, they wanted to be 100% sure. Once again finds the field on the offside. Plenty of open area to work the ball into the gap and pick up a single. I don't think South Africa would want to improvise at such an early stage of the innings. They'd be quite happy just playing the line and following a straighter path rather than taking a risk. Because if you want to, you can easily get it through the leg side. Just three men on the leg side field, a square leg and two men in the ring. Third fielder and a mid-on. Pulled away into the gap. Once again, great effort. Really is excellent piece of fielding. He had to really travel the distance and get it back into play. Hussain Talla doing a good job.
It was an option that was used to great effect in the T20Is, particularly the last two in Lahore. I saw quite a few wickets from the Pakistan seamers on that occasion. Quinton de Kock riding the ball beautifully, great bit of fielding. It's been a feature of Pakistan, particularly in the shorter formats thus far.
The moment you go straighter, there's a chance of you leaking runs on the leg side. So it has to be precision-driven bowling stint here to use the offside field. Pull shot, and what a pull shot that is. Once again, Hussain Talla comes in the way of that beautiful shot. Excellent piece of fielding once again by the deep fielder. 23 without a wicket.
Nice positioning from the Pretorius. Extension of the arms to keep it down. Just rolls the wrist at the last second. You really get value for shots, don't you, here at Faisalabad, so field positioning is going to have to be spot on.
Getting a bit murky out there. South Africa Tour of Pakistan drew the Test match series. 2-1 affair for Pakistan in the T20Is. Now, how cool is that? That really is something very special from a special talent.
First boundary after 14 balls, but more importantly, just take a look at the execution here from Leandro Pretorius. Balance at the crease, head nice and still, and just a nice flow of the blade through the line of the ball. It's the angle from around the wicket, once again, that creates the space on the onside. And great execution by the young man.
Impressive debut so far. Goes wider of the stumps, probably was a slow Yorker. 116.8 kmph, that last ball, fuller in length. You got to be smart as a bowler on a surface like this, especially when there's a partnership brewing. It's looked a wee bit uneasy because that ball had variety and good execution as well. Nice bit of timing. Now that is regal, absolutely regal. Once again, strong wrists and whipping the ball into that vacant area on the leg side field. This is seriously good now from Pretorius.
Once again, that angle from around the wicket, creating the angle to play on the leg side, probably ending up on about off stump. But it's the balance that is so key here by Pretorius. Doesn't try to overhit it, but leans into it beautifully. Timing, sublime.
It's timing them beautifully. So what is happening now? The slip's gone, put at mid-wicket. There's more protection. It's a run-saving field now, force-saving field now. And he's proved to be a heavyweight through the offside and through the leg side, and going at exactly 100.
You're sinking. You feel the pressure, the unknown. It's closing in. You try to stay strong, but the worries of the future feel like they're pulling you under. Life seems chaotic and out of control. In the storms of life, where do you turn? In times of uncertainty, there is one that will carry you through. He is an anchor of hope and peace. That anchor is Jesus, God's Son, who died on the cross for you. He took our burdens upon himself, then rose from the dead to offer eternal life to anyone who asks for forgiveness and trusts in him. When things feel unstable, you don't have to drift through the unknown alone. Let Jesus be the anchor that holds you steady. Click to connect with an online volunteer to learn more about starting a relationship with Jesus.
Pakistan's leading home appliances brand, automatic washing machine, magic of one touch. Whips it past the infield for a run. Fielded at deep square leg, and so after 6:32 without a wicket. Proteas maintaining healthy run rate. We look for flow and rhythm, and well, this partnership seems to have flow and rhythm. 32 of 36. Still going to be Shaheen Afridi to continue bowling. Plays it fine this time. It'll be a boundary on the leg side. Just a feather touch, nothing more than that. So it was meeting the angle and helping yourself to a 4.
Yeah, it's a change of field by Shaheen Afridi. Takes the slip out into mid-wicket and indicates that he's looking to bowl a straighter line, but on that occasion, slightly on the leg side. And Leandro Pretoria as well, he's found the middle of the bat on a number of occasions already in this brief stint of 29 of 28, and he doesn't miss out. Seems like a pretty good surface from a batting perspective, and it'd be interesting to see the ploy from the Pakistani seamers. As we saw in Lahore, there was quite a few deliveries with pace off. Is that a ploy that they're going to be utilizing here today a lot more?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're feeling the heat of this partnership yet. So it's business as usual. We have not seen a lot of slow deliveries, except in the last over when Naseem Shah went slow with those Yorkers and bowled a slow bouncer as well, which yielded good result. But Shaheen has been pretty keen on just bowling seam up so far. I think you've got to bank on accuracy, because you're not getting a lot of help off the surface. So variations, whatever you want to do, it's got to be within the stumps.
I feel like that's been the success story of the change of pace, really, from T20I1 to T20I2 and 3, is the line that they've utilized it. So South Africa really getting an opportunity to spread their arms, and in the first T20I,
an invite, went after it, but that one shaped away, so he missed that square drive. A rare miss from the left-hander. Usually has been right on the money, driving the ball sweetly. Yeah, something new from the left-hander, using his feet, missing the ball completely. 36 without a wicket. Yeah, South Africa still ahead. When you talk about win percentage, they have dominated Pakistan in the past, but here's an opportunity for the Pakistani team to make amends. Bowling change. It's going to be Salman Ali Agha. Bowls a straighter one to start with. The reason why he's been brought into the attack, two left-handers out there in the middle.
The two left-handers dealt with pace quite well earlier on. The ball came on nicely.
Pace or slow ones?
Yeah, first punch from Amir, well done, early on in the afternoon. There was always going to be spin earlier on in the piece, given all that conjecture around the surface, the obvious nature of the surface being drier, those cracks, although they were still immobile to begin with on first inspection, but Pakistan electing to put the opposition in, and Salman Ali Agha into the 8th over. Remember, we are here after 17 plus years in terms of international cricket. Through the fielder. That is very ordinary piece of fielding by Saim Ayub. And we leak 2 runs to South Africa.
There hasn't been spin for Salman Ali Agha as yet. In fact, the ball is sliding onto the bat quite nicely. Maybe he needs to bowl slightly slower.
Yeah, so far he's dotted them in around an average speed of 90 k's per hour. And normally also Salman Ali Agha is not the kind of bowler who will give it air. He's normally the one who just darts it in, keeps it on a line. Slip still remains in place. Gives him the charge, up and over. The angled and open bat face will get Luandra Pretorius 4 to close the over out. 8 done, 43 for no loss.
Yeah, you were talking about conjecture that this pitch is going to offer a lot to the spinner. But here the batsman did not bat an eye to it. Jumped out of the crease, made sure he creates that room to hit the ball over extra. He's growing in confidence. Pretorius, South Africa unscathed.
A 43 for no loss in the first 8 overs. The crowd is here already in very, very good numbers. And just yanking the noise up as well in the stands. The sellout, still a few seats empty, long queues await outside. It's been a long time coming. It's really good to see the stands full all around. Right then, it'll be spin in tandem now. Abrar Ahmed. More importantly, it'll be interesting to see the pace he bowls at. Is he brave enough to give the ball a little bit of air? Remember, does bowl the carom ball, the googly, the leg spin. He's got the entire variety up his sleeve.
He's not a huge turner of the ball, and we haven't seen the pitch responding to the spinners as yet. Maybe the lack of bounce help Abrar. Is also a sort of a bowler who doesn't like to give a lot of air to the ball.
Yeah, South Africa have done their part really nicely, recognizing the hard new ball, the power play, the early pitch conditions, the best time to bat with the ball coming on. So they've made use of that part. And even now with the spin coming in, looking very proactive onto the front foot. On debut, Luandre Pretorius. He's playing a good hand so far. Flips it into the leg side for one. So variation in pace for Abrar in the first two deliveries. From 91 Ks to 80 Ks, the first two deliveries. Bowling the one that comes into the left-hander. Whether he gives it just a little bit of air and bowls the wrong one to bring slip. Now Quinton de Kock has an answer even better than that. Brings up the 50 for South Africa and the first big six of the evening.
Are you ready? Siddharth Bank Nepal Premier League starts 17th November.
What a hit that was.
He sends his partner back just in time. Another good over for South Africa, 8 off it, 51 for no loss.
Yeah, almost sold his partner down the river. Almost. It was a struggle for Pretorius to get back. A good throw would have sealed the deal for Pakistan there.
Good partnership, a healthy one, and it now is the 5th 50-run opening partnership for South Africa against Pakistan in the last 8 ODIs. Just through. He moved early, but not quite out of the middle. And this outfield very quick. Hossain Talat this time not able to cut that off.
Although this pitch looks so unkempt, but it has played nicely for the batters. And look at that stroke. No fear in the mind of the batter. Moved away from the leg stump with all the confidence in the world. Yes, the timing wasn't there, but still a good contact.
Absolutely agree with you. The confidence that the so far true nature of the surface has given them is allowing them to play through the right line of the ball. There hasn't been one that has kept dramatically low or has been a rank turner. That is why Luandre Pretorius, even on debut, is now 40 of 39, and Pakistan have struggled against South Africa to pick up wickets in the earlier part.
Ominous signs for Pakistan. Pretorius is looking very confident now. He's not a reluctant batter to use his feet. Have a look. He's been moving around.
And the fact that he's moving early is also a testament to the fact that so far there hasn't been big turn. So even if he does feel he hasn't gone to the pitch of the ball or misses the line, he still knows it's not going to turn dramatically. Once again the ball flies, and it will fly into the Faisalabad crowd. For the second time now for South Africa, this time courtesy Luandre Pretorius.
Yeah, whether the ball is turning or not, this is a high-risk shot. But how well he managed that one. Not only the elevation he got, but there was power behind that stroke. Went into the stand.
Also with that, what he's done well is he hit it straighter mid-wicket as opposed to square. Once again, the off spinner, so the ball turning away from Pretorius, but he's hit it wider of long on. Pitch of the ball was available. Another really good over for South Africa. End of the power play, 11 come off the 10th, 62 for no loss.
Yeah, after winning the toss and inserting the opposition as a captain, you want early wickets. And that was denied by these two openers. Yes, they were challenged with those slow deliveries, but used the pace quite nicely and kept on hitting the ball into the gaps, and then excellent footwork enabled them to hit a couple of sixes too.
Eight fours and 2 sixes, and they've scored all around the ground, South Africa. .62 run this opening stand. The umpire will confirm that as the end of the first power play. Second power play now begins, 11-40. Pretorius moves to 49 on debut.
Yeah, not only these batsers have been able to find boundaries and a couple of sixes, they have been able to hit the ball into the holes, and that's why they've been scoring consistently and at a rapid pace. Pakistanis need to break this partnership. It has started to threaten.
Timing's been impeccable from Pretorius. He's been able to hit the gaps on more occasions than not. A dream start for young Luandre Pretorius on ODI debut for the Proteas. He brings up his maiden half-century. It's been a fine knock from a very fine prospect from South Africa.
Yeah, he wasn't that impressive in T20 series played against Pakistan. But now, showing his true color, what he's capable of.
He also now becomes the 11th South African batter in the ODI format to score 50 or more on debut. Not often, Amir, you see Quinton de Kock as second fiddle, but he's just held back, only faced the 18 delivery, so hasn't had the bulk of the strike either. But he also is looking for some form. His numbers off late aren't the best.
Yeah, he really struggled in that T20 series against Pakistan, which concluded recently, and he has realized that he has to occupy the crease to get that confidence back and also the form and some rhythm in his batting. 11 done, 66 without loss.
11 overs. South Africa being put into bat by Shaheen Shah Afridi. 66 for no loss. Has been chanceless so far. Timing has been excellent. Young Luandre Pretorius has also picked up his maiden half century in one-day international cricket.
So far, 4 overs have been bowled by spinners that have conceded 40 runs. And definitely, the spinners, they need to raise their game. Got to find the right idea to bowl on a surface like this. There'll be spin.
It's time for Vigotel, the official mobile handset partner in this series.
Do you think it's a selfie without pouting your lips?
Just over the tallest man on the field. And Quinton de Kock just breaking shackles, picks up 4.
When you give attention to detail, the impact is even stronger. Now have a look, not afraid to hit the ball against the line. And they have managed it quite well.
And the sweep shot coming off a very full delivery, just allowing Quinton de Kock, one of his favorite areas, square of the wicket, to get under the ball, to hit it over mid-wicket. Wayward. This game is of very fine margins. On that occasion, not the line. Salman Ali Agha is looking for wide, 4. Just to make things worse, he will have to bowl one more, and 11 have already come off this.
Yeah, he's preferred to bowl round the stumps to the left-hander. It won't be a bad idea to try changing the angle. Bowl few over the stumps. Maybe there is something for him from this pitch. But another good over for South Africa. 78 without loss. He's highly spoken of, this youngster, and showing us why. Yeah, initially he was very watchful. Once he started to trust the pitch, he started to play his strokes, and with all the confidence in the world, got to his 50, well-deserved one. On that occasion, not quite getting to the pitch of the ball, and was able to hit the ball on the up because there was no turn.
Yeah, mini meeting. Salman Ali Agha, Mohammad Rizwan, Shaheen Shah Afridi and the bowler all were in a huddle before this delivery. Haven't seen really any change of pace. Abrar yet to give the ball a little bit of air. He's consistently bowling quick on a surface which hasn't yielded any turns so far. Pakistan who might have to change their strategy. Touch slower and a touch wider, maybe trying to draw these left-handers out of the crease. Shaheen is in close for that half hit. Once again, a slow delivery. Just now taking the pace off the ball, Abrar.
With the last delivery, there was a hint of turn. Hint. And the reason why there was a hint of turn, because he bowled it slower.
The other standout feature for South Africa, even in their T20 series, was their running between the wickets. And how they kept the scoreboard ticking along in ones and twos, and similar again so far. Every opportunity to get down the other end. A rare play and a miss.
Top spinner from the wrist spinner, Abrar. De Kock didn't have a clue. Played leg spin. A deft touch. They'll earn him a couple of runs. Another good over for South Africa. Still unscathed, 88 without loss.
First of 3 in this ODI series, all games in Faisalabad. South Africa, they were put into bat by Pakistan, and at the moment, the first 13 overs are all South Africa. Variations that Abrar bowls, whether it's a googly or the carom ball, quick arm action, googly to the right, and the carom ball where he just rolls his finger over. Carom ball comes out in front of the hand, googly slightly side on.
With that kind of ability and so much in his repertoire, he should pick more wickets. That hasn't been happening in ODIs and also T20Is for Pakistan when you talk about Abrar. But he's been picking up wickets, Saim Ayub.
Saim Ayub with the ball. So Mohammad Nawaz and Abrar, the two frontline spinners. The way they've used Saim recently, he's also become a frontline bowler for Pakistan, whereas in the T20 format or in the one-day format. So with Salman Ali Agha, you pen them down as 4 spinners.
You know, the chat must have been how to clean up this partnership.
Well, how that conversation of a cleanup job went. Maybe some inspiration can be drawn from Super Saf. Premium detergent powder. Seems like a dream. Right, a few hands moving here and there just to make sure the fielders are in the right position. So there is long off. Salman Ali Agha very close in catching. Pakistan now looking to just experiment with changes in field. Maybe draw the false shot given the field positions. But the bowler needs to oblige with a similar line and length as well. So they are bowling slower and outside the off stump.
You know, the last delivery was indicative of the fact that there is some turn for the spinners. Only if you bowl it slower. It's all about exploiting the conditions in a proper manner. Initially, the bowlers used as spinners, they were very flat, and that's why they were not able to extract anything from the surface. And isn't it surprising, when Shaheen Shah was bowling those cutters and slow ones, he was getting the pitch to respond, not these spinners.
And he will hope, the captain, the ODI captain for Pakistan, that Saim Ayub can maybe get more revs on the ball, get one of the balls to turn and grip. Very lucky he gets away with that. 14 done, 92 for no loss.
It's a seamless start. It is a very impressive start by the Proteas. 92, and without a wicket down after 14 overs, there's rhythm, there is quality. Shaheen, Naseem, Salman, Abrar, Saim, the bowlers used. The wickets column is still not being utilized. Checked off. Vernon, I'm just a little bit surprised with the lack of spin. Is it because the way they bowl, because they bowl at a faster pace? Maybe you need an original spinner here to exploit the conditions, not your all-rounders?
Yeah, afternoon, Rummies. Good afternoon to all our viewers. I'm surprised myself because it did look a very dry surface, so you expect the spinners to have played a greater role up until now. But I do feel from time to time, perhaps it's a little bit too quick through the air. I think it's a kind of surface that instructs you to take a bit of pace off and get the surface to do the work for you. But also take no credit away from the way these two opening batters have imposed themselves on the Pakistan spinners, not allowing them to settle, because very often that you're after.
Pretorius with a very fine 50 on debut, showcasing his talent. Good against pace, good against spin so far, and there's, I think he's probably gone. If it's not an inside edge, he's done. Umpire says not out. I think probably there was an inside edge, I'm not too sure. Shaheen Afridi, what is he thinking? DRS timer is on. They've sent it upstairs.
TV umpire to director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is not out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. We'll go to front on when ready, please. Ball passes close to the bat and the gloves. Can we go to ultra edge, please, when ready? Yeah, can we just freeze it there? The ball clearly hits the gloves. Asif, you can still have your original decision of not out. Stand by. You're on screen. Signal now.
A very good read by the umpire. Normally are good at hearing the woody sound, but off the glove to read it was absolutely fantastic. A review is lost by Pakistan, but the appeal was definitely on.
Yeah, that's about the only thing that could have saved him on that occasion. It's a bit of glove, because everything else looked adjacent. First time Luandre Pretorius has gone outside of his customary style of play. Opted for the reverse sweep. Up until now, he's kept it conventional and it's worked, it's paid off. Don't change something that's worked, son. there's just so much to like about this partnership. Ramis, you've got the experience. It's a good time to score. You certainly feel with the current surface, this is the best time to bat. At the end of 15, South Africa 94 for none.
If you're looking for an ideal spread of dots and ones and twos and fours and sixes, this is it. 9 fours, 3 sixes, good rotation of strike, 25 singles, few dots, just to consolidate the position. Nearing a 100-run partnership as an opening pair.
Yeah, talk about cricket being brought back to Faisalabad after 17 years. I absolutely enjoy these smaller outer venues because you certainly get some passionate crowds. So it's good. I mean, we owe them the opportunity to come and watch live international cricket. Very often they'll be sitting behind the television sets applauding Pakistan cricket on. So yeah, they have an opportunity to come out and witness it live. 3 ODI matches being played at this venue. South Africa off to an absolute flyer.
The ball coming onto the bat very nicely. Few hints, glimpses of the ball gripping and spinning, but not a lot.
Yeah, and I was actually getting to that point, Ramis. I think having Quinton de Kock out in the middle, he might have observed that this might be the best opportunity for South Africa to score. Whilst the ball is nice and hard, it comes on, certainly identified that it might get slower and more tougher as the game goes on. Once the ball loses the hardness, the spinners might come into play. So it's also important to have an in-batter there during the course of this inning, South Africa. You don't want to have 2 new batters at the crease at one stage. So as well as this partnership is going, there will also be a keen eye on one batter being in at all stages.
Smash goes flying across the turf to the long off fence. Really hits them hard. Pretorius getting there with a lot of improvisation, and I think that's the mantra they need to follow through for the next few overs. No need to take risks. Yeah, keep on doing that. Still a long way to go. Plenty of overs left in the kitty. It's Pakistan who have got to come up with answers.
I think also, given the nature of the modern day one-day cricket, of course, between overs 10 and 40, you need to have 5 fielders inside the ring. So there's also a window of opportunity to up the scoring ante.
Catch it, and well, it's taken brilliantly. Really is a cracker at point. Mohammad Nawaz has been having it great with the ball, with the bat, and as a fielder as well. Took a blinder in the T20Is at Gaddafi Stadium, Lahore, and Pretorius will be bitterly disappointed because he's batting so well. A little bit of flight, the ball gripped and spun.
Yeah, an excellent piece of bowling, just slowed it up outside the off stump, but that's also an excellent catch by Mohammad Nawaz at point. Well, Pakistan, they pick up their first. Pretorius, he goes for 57, South Africa 98 for 1. And also, with the fall of that wicket, the players will take a drinks break.
Lohandre Pretorius, very impressive, 57 on debut. Got out just at the wrong time when he was looking good. De Kock is still out there, plenty of experience, well settled. This really was extremely well taken at point, diving full length. Mohammad Nawaz, terrific hands, ball just spinning across and taking the ball away from his reach. Edged it to point, who was in and caught it well.
Yeah, it's such a difficult shot to play on a surface like this, but Saim Ayub, excellent change of variation in pace. New better to the crease for South Africa. Tony Dezorzi, 150 to go with the 100 in this format for him. A young ODI career. He's an exciting player to watch. Well, after taking a catch, he's back into the action, Mohammad Nawaz.
Yeah, trust him to be attacking the stumps. Let's see whether he spins the ball. That last ball did spin from Saim Ayub. Here we go then. Nawaz with a brand new spell. Straight away some flight. It's again a little messy Pakistan in the field.
The one thing I always look at Ramiz is body language in the field. You almost feel that with that partnership from South Africa, Pakistan just failed it a little bit in the field. But after that wicket, there's a new energy, there's a new buzz. You feel that these middle overs, they'll have to keep up that buzz. As much as you create opportunity with ball in hand, you also created opportunity with the field, the energy that you provide.
That one gripped and shaped back into the stumps from Mohammad Nawaz. Zosi played spin beautifully in the Test series, but stuck to the task, showed good defense, good temperament.
Yeah, I like it fielded square leg there, Ramiz. For one particular reason, there's no easy single. If you want the single, you've got to have to take the element of risk of lapping it to fine leg or try and go aerial downtown. We've just seen this ball starting to sit in the surface a little bit, so there's a little bit of purchase for the spinners to work with.
Off the mark with a stylish shot. With Bengal Flowers 1100 plus branches. Open your current account from nearest branch to enjoy various free services and earn orbit rewards by maintaining or growing your balance. Runs with the shot, makes his ground. Both batsmen make their ground. 101 for 1.
Yeah, this was him. The way he set up Leandre Pretorius was quick and flat. The batsman got in some sort of rhythm. And then, of course, he just dragged the pace back. You can see those two purple elements. Those were slightly slower. And because of that, Leandre Pretorius had to reach at it. An excellent diving catch by Mohamed Nawaz. Brilliant piece of bowling.
Yeah, I just about summed up the delivery perfectly. Loopy and wide. He's got to take the lead now as a front runner in this innings. De Kock, plenty of experience. He's with.
Experience to be missing out on freebies like these. It's a low full toss. It's cries of catch it, but there's absolutely no one in that region. Placement to perfection. Easy boundary for De Kock.
Yes, his ability to find the gaps. That's why he's such a success in white ball cricket. First boundary after 5 overs for De Kock. Then works the way towards the leg side for a run, easy run.
Yeah, you certainly feel this is a massive innings for Quinton de Kock. Of course, announced his comeback into international cricket. The one thing that you have to do is to put the runs on the board. He's had a bit of a dry spell of late in that runs department, so this is a wonderful opportunity for him. Magnificent start, 43 of 40 deliveries. But you certainly feel if he is to announce himself back in the colours of South Africa, he will have to get a 3-figure score, because there's plenty of competition in and around him. Likes of the Zorzi, Rickleton, Markram, they all in-form players for South Africa. But it's wonderful to see him back.
Gets it over Rizwan's head. Still work in progress. De Zorzi, the last 11 innings in ODIs, 277 runs, average of 25.18, strike rate of less than 100, 50 plus scores, none. But here's an opportunity for him, batting up the order after very good platforms being set up by the openers.
Yeah, I remember Tony de Zorzi getting 100 against India in South Africa. Really announced himself with that 100. Of course, he's got a lot of potential, but also playing various different conditions, asking you as a batsman to make an adjustment. There's a low full toss. So as much as he got off to a flyer, it's also about understanding different conditions and how about to go in those different conditions. So Young is an exciting player. He comes from my town these days, Ramiz.
Oh, that's a beauty. Spun across sharply. 1 of 7 for 1. A massive spin from close to the bat. Couple from him that have spun sharply and more than what the batsmen were expecting it to. We're going to root for De Zorzi now, Vernon, because he comes from your land of plenty, which is Cape Town. Now, Cape Town is heavenly, absolutely beautiful city.
Ramiz, I need to correct myself. He's made the move from the Titans down to Cape Town. But nevertheless, he's in heaven.
Absolutely. Heavenly move. Down the track, lifts it effortlessly, gets it across for a 6. What a strike that is. Seriously good strike. Didn't try to overhit it. That was the key to success.
Yeah, this is the one part of Tony de Zorzi's game that I absolutely adore. Once he's picked the left arm spinner, he's made his intentions clear. Gets himself into a wonderful position to launch this, not trying to overhit it. And as soon as it left the bat, we all knew it was going to travel the distance.
They'd be wondering what has happened to Faisalabad Cricket Stadium. So many people suddenly after 17 years. South Africa's flag flying high. They are beautifully set up for a very impressive first innings. They're looking for the ball, is he?
Yeah, I just want to touch a little bit on the competition that's been created within the South African squad at the moment. Of course, this team has gone to Australia, beat Australia 2-1 in their home conditions, gone to England, beat England 2-1 in their home conditions. So there's a lot of confidence spilling over. And of course, if you're a new batter coming in and you know there's someone in form ahead of you, more often than not, it's about the determination of getting more runs and putting pressure on those guys ahead of you. And they've created an excellent platform here, South Africa. Oh, I tell you what, that is some hit.
(91m6). That's another good way of playing spin. Play the ball as late as possible. Really was a massive hit. This 91m went out of the stadium.
That comes from your era. Hit a boundary and get off strike, right?
No, a dead bat. Not even a single after hitting a 4. Just enjoy that moment of hitting a 4. How the game has expanded. It's just brilliant to watch some of these young kids on the block, because they're fearless and they want more out of one delivery. That's a bat with positive intent. And so making this game so much more attractive for the fans. On the pads, a flick. Is it going to be stopped? Abrar. Well, he tries, drags the ball with him into the fence.
And this is the pressure that was exerted early on in the over on Mohamed Nawaz. Of course, you can see it's the arm ball a little bit quicker, but just down the leg. Easy pickings for a guy like Quinton de Kock. All he knew he had to get on was a little bit of blade. Yeah, it was an excellent effort in the end, but in the process, popping the ball back into his arm and taking it over the boundary, waiting for boundary.
Making sure that he doesn't tread on the pitch, keeping his feet off the playing surface. 118 for 1. Sixth, 8. 2 more matches here. The first one is getting a lot of eyeballs. There's this cricket buzz in the city. Everyone is talking about the series. Some of them still waiting out there in the queue to get in. That really was wide. It spun, but from a wider angle.
Yeah, it certainly seems that that wide angle seems to just sit in the surface a little bit now. I'm not sure whether it's the bowler's foot marks, but it certainly looks like there's just a bit of purchase wide outside the off stump. I also feel that Saim Ayub has managed to find a pace to ball on this surface to get it to turn. We've seen one or two ragging square, something which you've mentioned in your pitch report. Expected a whole lot earlier, of course.
Yeah, I felt that there's a lot more drama of the surface for the spinners, but this surface has held up well. Nothing seriously great off the straight, so whatever spin you're getting, it's off the straight.
And it's amazing from the outset. You ask yourself, what's a good target on this particular surface without having faced the first ball? And many would have said, if you get to 260, it's a good score. All of a sudden, that has changed dramatically. With this start, South Africa has afforded themselves, must be thinking 300 plus. An excellent sweep shot by Quinton de Kock. It takes him to 50, coming off just 50 deliveries.
Playing an ODI after a gap of 2 years, and gets a great response from the dugout, from the fans here. This is a lovely sweep shot. Good, nice roll of the wrist, playing it down away from that fielder. No one at the back fence. Plays it down softly for a run. That's the other thing that approaches have done so well, the running between the wickets.
Yeah, appreciation from the changing room. Plays a massive part in conversation being held in the changing room, so good to see him back in the runs. Yeah, there's even a couple of South African flags wavering here in Faisalabad.
And the over after 20th, 1-5 for 1.
Yeah, they needed a good start in the surface. Pretorius, he got off to an absolute flyer.
White quick shin ramen is the name to know. Pop the pack open, watch the flavor flow. 5 minutes flat, that's all it takes. Spicy soup steaming, no time to wait. White quick shin ramen, grab your bowl. White quick shin ramen, feed your soul. White quick shin ramen, let's begin.
The all-new YY.
Beginnings here. Change of angle, round the stumps. Oh, that one came back strongly. So first real sign of the ball spinning and biting off the straight.
Yeah, a bit of a smile from Quinton de Kock because he didn't expect this. It's a change of angle. Oh, it's a lot of grip and turn. All of a sudden, it's just a believe again. You get one to turn in bounds as a spinner, you plant that element of doubt in the batter's mind, and that's what's key here. Key to see how Quinton de Kock's going to respond to it.
Need to show a bit more consistency if you're a spinner. There's a little bit of a pause, and he actually walked back for the second, Quinton de Kock. He's well settled to now play the variations, Quinton de Kock, and that's the advantage of a set article out there, set batsman out there. 54 of 53 is seen off a decent period with the new ball, and then now the ball is gripping and spinning. It took about 20 overs for the ball to settle down and to spin. Oh, that's full toss. That's gone all the way for 6. Bombastic, belligerent from the left-hander. Probably didn't catch it straight away off the hand. It's a boundary, I think, not a 6. Anyway, a loose half-trigger put away.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed with himself here, Mohamed Nawaz. After the first one got to turn, that's an arm ball. lost complete control of it. The man of Quinton de Kock's caliber, he's not going to miss out.
Putting away the bad deliveries, Quinton de Kock.
I think it's so important. You talk about consistency. Yes, the 50-over format, 10 overs as a bowler you have in your arsenal, so you still have to be bowling good spells. What I find is with the T20 format, bowlers almost feel they have to change up. That's where batters really capitalize, especially in the 50-over format.
A lot of cracks on the surface. Some that have spun more could be because of the balls hitting those cracks. That's it nicely. Waits for the ball, waits for any spin on it, and then creates that angle. And it's 1-3-2 for 1.
Good start by South Africa, 131 for 1, just the 21 overs. Nothing threatening the pads or the outside edge as yet. Very consistent spin, the bounce. Very consistent spin, the bounce has been consistent as well.
Just now, last couple of overs, you just see the spin being slightly more consistent, like you say. Mohammad Nawaz extracting the most degree of spin. Just picked up the slow through the air, the more turn we're getting. There were a few that have just bit slightly more into the surface and spun sharply. It was almost time me and Ramiz were going to go look for another job. At the pitch report, one opposition was going to spin the other one out of control. Just gave me a wry smile after he finished his commentary stint, because the ball is just starting to turn a lot more. Up in the air, will fall in the vacant area. Once again, excellent running. 22 done, 138 for 1. 22 overs, 138 for South Africa. The one wicket that of Luandre Pretorius gave South Africa impetus up the order. Played his strokes, timed the ball well, and now once again another partnership for South Africa. 40 of 37 between Tony D'Souza and Quinton de Kock. Beautiful scenes here in Faisalabad. Change in momentum of the game as well. Naseem Shah back into the attack with the ball. Seamers up front, bowled 7 overs between them. The ball came on quite nicely in that first power play. Right then, a challenge that you can take part in. KFC Flip the Bucket Challenge. Land it on your head and get finger-licking good prizes. JP spoke to Matthew Bretsky at the toss in terms of assessing, obviously an unknown surface, a lot more alien to South Africa than Pakistan, but both will be fairly new and are fairly new to how this might play out. Asked him about how they would go on about assessing the surface. There's now a very good platform laid here and the ball just starting to turn. How do you see them playing out with 9 wickets in hand?
I think it also it's determined by the strategy of the Pakistan seamers. Yes, a hint of turn, a little bit of stop in the surface. Do they utilize the change of pace from the seamers as well? They do have mid on and mid off up, so from a batter's perspective, they would feel that if they can line them up, they can take the aerial route. It's coming onto the bat quite nicely with the seam up option. So they want to stay aggressive, no doubt.
So far, South Africa have scored very quickly and have kept it smart. Similar to the Inverex Exio, Pakistan's smartest hatchback EV. Charge fast and drive smart.
So well rehearsed, Ruruj. Even brought in your smart word as well.
Yep. Know the scripts down to the T. Now you talk about the change of pace as the first slow delivery. The off-cutter, Naseem Shah has bowled 118 kilometers per hour. And so far, the understanding of the surface from South Africa, they can rely on it and hit through the line of the ball because it hasn't had that invariable bounce so far. Likes playing square on the offside and even better with the pace on. Quinton de Kock, 62. Much needed runs for him as well into international colours. Only the 4 T20I games after he's re-emerged into international format.
Yeah, it's a format that I mentioned particularly at the start of the innings, where an opportunity to really bat for long periods of time, gain some confidence in the white ball format. And it's a format that has found so much success, scoring a huge amount of hundreds in this format. It's a good start in the second spell from Naseem Shah. SA 139 for 1. The ability to play all around the ground, Quinton de Kock doesn't mind to use his feet with the aggressive option, particularly against the spin, has been really
Yes.
85 k's that delivery to start, and the turn that the pitch promised. A little bit more and the pace is slower, so more revs and a little bit of air in the ball. Now you mentioned Quinton de Kock's numbers at the ICC ODI World Cup in 2023. 59 the average, 594 runs, and it was the third highest run scorer in that tournament. That was his last one-day international. Off memory, maybe 400s in that, just behind Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma on that list. Big shout. Has he trapped him in front? Maybe just impact outside. Umpire unmoved. Don't think Pakistan are interested in this either.
From a spinner's perspective, there is a hint of turn, as we can see. But now, as importantly, how do you match your field according to the deliveries you're going to be bowling? As we see consistently, there's been a ploy from outside the off stump. So what that suggests is the only mode of dismissal is really caught. And with a hint of turn, is there an opportunity to bring one more man across to the leg side, try and target the stumps, bring in bowl, bring in LBW as well as court, possibly a leading edge? You have to create some opportunities here. South Africa foundation really well set.
Catch it!
It feels like things are happening. More importantly, as I said, matching the field accordingly. I think there's a great opportunity here for Pakistan to try and make an impact in the game.
Field remains the same. Good over. Just the two singles off this from Saim. And will remain the same. 24 done, 141 for 1.
Not a bad debut by Leandro Pretorius, and what's been an absolute standout is his confidence at the crease, allowing the ball to come on beautifully. His balance has been exceptional, ability to play all around the ground, and certainly one for the future for South Africa. 57 of 60 balls.
Plenty of firepower to come in next for South Africa. But at the moment, Pakistan looking a bit toothless. A bit toothless in this bowling lineup that they have. And why that is Pakistan, we spoke about this earlier, struggled to pick up wickets in the first 10 overs against South Africa. But coming to the middle overs, now I'm talking about across the board in one-day international cricket, between overs 11 and 40, Pakistan bowlers this year in 11 ODI games have only picked up 1 wicket every 10 overs, which means between 11 and 40, Pakistan's average wicket-taking ability is 3 wickets only, which is 11th out of the 12 teams on that list, just ahead of Ireland. So numbers that Pakistan will need to look to work at. Comes back to the conversation in terms of who are the most likely to get you those wickets in that middle order. a conversation we can have a little while after, as we get 40 to 50, is that Pakistan's death ball run rate isn't great either. Right at the bottom of the list on that as well, Pakistan in terms of overs 40 to 50 in leaking runs. Out of the 11 ODIs this year in 2025, Pakistan have lost 9 of them. So numbers slightly on the alarming side. Nothing alarming about that. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Hello, hair. JP Dumini next to me doesn't have to worry about that. On the other hand, Tizoe, the South African physio, Tony Dizozi, beautiful locks of hair. Bowled him! Chopped it on! Naseem Shah with the wicket that was very well needed for Pakistan.
Well, it's an angle that he's persisted with around the wickets to the left-handers. And a dismissal, a mode of dismissal that we saw quite often in Lahore in the T20s, a played on. We saw some great scenes from Quinton de Kock in this innings thus far, but unfortunately sees the back of him by that man Naseem Shah. Well played, 63, South Africa 141 for 2.
South African one-day international skipper Matthew Bretsky makes his way out, enjoys this format according to himself, still fresh into the ODI career, but he does have a certain love affair with this country in terms of venues. Scored 150 on international ODI debut in Lahore in the Champions Trophy versus New Zealand. Highest ever. Beg your pardon, it was a tri-series just prior to the Champions Trophy. Both teams, new captains. Shaheen Shah Afridi with the ODI captaincy, Matthew Bretsky. Similar responsibility on his shoulders, but at the moment work cut out, the platform set.
Trying to use the pace, and it's a shot that he's become well known for, the ability to just nudge it down to third man, but the angle of the bat unfortunately doesn't help with the angle of Naseem Shah coming back into him. Just finds the inside edge and disappointment. He was well set, and we know he has the ability to score big hundreds. He'll certainly be disappointed with that opportunity. Coming back into international cricket. Oh, shouts all around. An appeal from Naseem Shah. No reviews needed. And that's halfway mark of 25, 142 for 2.
142 for 2 in 25 overs. Quinton de Kock with 63. Fell in that previous over to Naseem Shah, chopped it back onto his stumps. Lohandre Pretorius caught Nawaz bowling of Saim Ayub for 57. Tony Dizorzi timing the ball well, joined by his captain. Yet to get off the mark. The crowd is fantastic, really clocking up the decibels here, because Babar Azam is fielding at long on just in front of them. Amazing how an individual can have so much of fan following. There's only a few that fall in that category in world sport. Every time he walks by, they go up.
Reminds me of you on the golf course, Suruj. Such a great following whenever we were playing in Pakistan. So many fans. Powered away. Powered away by Tony Dizorzi. And recognizes the back of a length and gets into a great position. Doesn't look to go the aerial route, but just firmly put on the ground and powers it to the boundary. Dizorzi and Saim Ayub, well, he's elated. And the third wicket goes begging for South Africa. It's 147.
In at 5 for South Africa, Sinithemba Kashile making his international ODI debut. Plenty of experience at the List A career. JP Dumini. Is there another pronunciation of his name?
Kashile. Yeah, I had the opportunity to play with him for South Africa in T20 cricket. He's a great talent. Keeper batter. And what a great opportunity for him, particularly in the subcontinent. Crowds are on their feet here supporting Pakistan.
And he's out there to face Saim Ayub, who's picked up 2. A touch slower. Tony Dizorzi just chips it back. Simple take to Saim. Got the crowd involved as well. Tony Dizorzi was going at a fair clip, 18 of 20. Turn. Past the edge of Bretsky's bat. 26 done, 148 for 3.
Yeah, it's a part of the game that's really going to be a test for these two batters for South Africa. One on debut, Another one, debutant as captain. And a prime position to be able to put in a captain's knock. Back-to-back wickets. 3 down now, but a healthy score thus far. But as predicted, we're seeing a little bit of purchase on the surface. And Nasim Shah, who saw the back of Quinton de Kock in the previous over, he continues. It's been a pretty decent spell second time around.
And we'll continue with the slip in place. The pitch just starting to do a little more in terms of turn the carom ball from Saim Ayub's over, the last ball of the previous delivery of a great length just outside the off stump of Matthew Bretsky, even of the seamers with the angle. Nasim Shah picked up Quinton de Kock from around the wicket, ball just jagged back in slightly. Even the first delivery here, just off the seam, comes back into the right-hander. Good call, great run. Another Tapal tea moment. Fans of cricket enjoying Pakistan's finest brand in the Tapal tea lounge. Important for Pakistan now to build on this. 141 for 2, 147 for 3, beg your pardon. They just want to build up a partnership of good overs, string together a few good dot deliveries and put the pressure back onto South Africa. Hold the game in this middle phase. But JP, shots like those sound at the bat every now and then. The surface still a very good surface. Brings up the 150 for South Africa.
Yeah, particularly with the seam-up deliveries, it's the ability to play well off the back foot. The elusive sound. Depends which side of the coin you are. From South Africa, they'll be happy. An opportunity to release the arms. Clearly over the line. Nasim Shah. The skipper, Matthew Bretsky, will face the free hit.
Mid-off, mid-off, mid-off and mid-on up in the ring. Protection square either side. Great delivery. Change of pace. Not providing Bretsky any room to swing through the line of the ball.
Yeah, it's always a difficult one when you haven't really faced many deliveries on a surface such as this one, where it sits in the wicket a touch. Generally, when you see the ball short, you're anticipating that the ball is going to come quite quickly at you. You're having to stop your shot and adjust. Well disguised by Nasim Shah. Change of field. Slip comes out into mid-wicket.
Pakistan will be wary of the fact that of late they haven't bowled their overs in time, whether it's T20 internationals or ODI cricket, and you can just pick up the chatter on stump mic that they're behind on time. 4 spinners and the 2 seamers, so they ought to be getting this in time. Just why from behind the stumps, Mohammad Rizwan asking the boys just to get a go on, get the overs in quickly. Straight to the fielder for 1, 27 done, 153 for 3. .53, 48 and 58 deliveries respectively for South Africa to bring up a sequence of runs. Saim Ayub to bowl his 8th over, and this is good. The slip remains, protection straight down the ground. The 2 men catching just in front of the bat. Extra cover and mid-wicket very close in. The one ball that did turn off Saim Ayub, last ball a couple of overs ago. Track you back to the Asia Cup. He bowled 2 absolute peaches to get rid of Shubman Gill and Jitendra Singh off that carom ball. Change of field as well now. Shah Afridi had just come in from mid-wicket onto that position. I go back a couple of overs ago again. The control with which he bowls the carom ball and the amount of revs he can get on the ball can extract some extravagant turn. Rolls his finger over, release from in front of the hand. This field he'll keep bowling those, maybe just draw Matthew Bretsky outside. Brings in those 2 men catching on the offside, the slip comes into play. I would like the line of the ball to start from within the stumps. So if the one that does remain straight, you bring LBW into play as well.
Nicely played by Bretsky. Feature of Bretsky's spin play is generally how he utilizes his feet, particularly playing off the back foot. And I think this is where it's really going to test Saim Ayub. The length of that delivery that we just had a look at was perfect. That in-between length where he's not sure whether to commit on the front foot or play off the back foot. That's the length that he doesn't want. It's just a free shot really for any batter, because it's responding off the surface quite slow. So you have the opportunity really to get into the positions quite easily.
Dying like the beast joins WOW. Tense atmosphere. Enter building. Engage in combat. New Dying Light the Beast zombie object. Endless enemies. Fend off zombies. Thrilling battles. Adapt to different enemies. Battle with your team. Defeat all enemies. Reach the safe zone. Attain victory. Come explore a Dying Light the Beast themed WOW map.
On 5-7 for 3 after 28. South Africa, after an excellent start, Pakistan just crawling their way back into this contest. Last 5 overs, 2 for 18. Well, it is the battle of the 2 young captains. I suppose it's a learning curve for both Sain Afridi as well as Matthew Bretsky. What have you made of his captaincy so far, Amir Sel?
Yeah, he handled the situation quite well, Shaheen Shah Afridi. Run appropriate changes. Rotated the bowlers in a nicer way. And this is very important phase of the game. Whoever make their mark in this passage, they'll have the say in this game. South Africa, no doubt, in a very good position with 158 for 3 on the board. And if they go on to score about 70 runs in this phase from 29th till the 40th over, Pakistan will have to think a lot.
It's coming around the wicket, great at angle to get the ball back into the stumps. Shaheen Shah Afridi. Perhaps a phase of the game that they've identified they need to pick up more wickets. There's no use allowing batters to get in, no matter who bowls at the back end of the game. Once a batter is in, they can launch you out the ground. But this is the part of the game where you can really inflict chains and have an impact as a bowler. It's good to see him bring himself back.
Yeah, that is the main reason. He knows the importance of a wicket here. That will give them the control.
Yeah, is this that angle? As a right-hand batter, you're so used to it. The left arm operating from over the wicket, he creates an angle where he can cut. This occasion, the one nipping back, so there's no room to cut and free the hands.
Yeah, so far, Sheila had his problems. He hasn't middled the ball consistently. Definitely, he has to adjust his approach here.
Yeah, it's a short one, but this time around he got a healthy piece of willow on that and dissected 2 fielders out in the deep for a boundary. Kasile brings up his first boundary.
Your first boundary after 20 balls. And that tells you that how well the Pakistani bowlers have bowled in this phase. But here was a delivery which Kashila was looking desperately for. A long hop, and he was able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, that's a much better length from Shaheen Shah Afridi. I don't think you want to be bowling too short, because if you're being scored square off the surface, you're erring on the wrong side of the surface here this evening.
Yeah, when you talk about Shaheen Shah Afridi's strength as a bowler, it's by pitching the ball up. Whenever he tries to bowl back of the length, he struggles. So he might as well stick with his stronger point of the game.
Yeah, that's the end of the Afridi over. South Africa 164 for 3. Yeah, a couple of towers in that first 20 overs. And that was due to Quinton de Kock and Lohandre Pretorius giving themselves a wonderful start at the top of the order. And at the 4, you just see those towers are getting smaller and smaller, as we expect with this ball getting softer in this middle period.
Yeah, this move has a potential because Nawaz of late has been picking up important wickets for Pakistan. Yes, he struggled with his 3 overs because the left-handers were there. But now, both the batters bat with right hand. So he should bowl with a big heart, Mohammad Nawaz. And we saw the wicket responding to him as well.
Yeah, I just get a feeling from Nawaz's point of view, perhaps trying a little bit too much. We have seen a bit of purchase. The ball starting to turn as it gets a little older, but consistency is going to be key in this phase of the game. As a batter, you want him to change up. How many balls can he land in one consistent area, asking the right questions? It's brilliantly bowled. It's the outside half of the bat, which he won't mind, Mohammad Nawaz.
Yeah, boundaries are hard to be found at the moment. The way Pakistani bowlers have bowled, yes, a boundary was hit after 20 deliveries in the previous over of Shaheen Shah Afridi. But this situation can work in Nawaz's favour if he gives more air to the ball. Try and buy a wicket here.
I love the fact that they've employed the slip as well. So just thinking a little bit positive from a Pakistan perspective. Which you do feel the only currency for them is to pick up wickets on a consistent basis. You do not want to allow another partnership to form, because once you get into that final 10 overs, it's all about momentum. And on which side of the coin you do find yourself back then.
Yeah, on a pitch like this, when a captain gives you a slip fielder, he's asking you to bowl off stump line. Maybe fuller on that particular line, and that will give a chance to the left armer to pick up a wicket if he bowls off stump or just outside off stump.
Yeah, I certainly feel you want to perhaps be a touch fuller, invite the drive, bring that outside edge into play. You've got a slip in position, and of course he has the ability to slide one back as well. So you want to try and challenge both edges of the bat. Just a touch too short, the previous delivery from Mohammad Nawaz. That's much better. That's where you want to settle in for the evening, Mohammad Nawaz.
And there was hint to turn for him as well. A bit of air, the line was good too. At the batsman in a spot of bother.
A touch too short, but missed out from Matthew Brieska. Well, Mohammad Nawaz, he'll be pleased with that return. 3 off, 167 for 3. Yes, South Africa, that's how they've been going in the innings so far. 97 dots, 57 ones, 9 twos. Surprisingly, no threes whatsoever. 15 boundaries with the 4 maximums. Certainly strikes you as that kind of ground, that kind of venue where you won't be seeing too many threes, because it's a touch on the smaller side. It's a small venue, quick outfield, so no surprise that we haven't seen any threes on that accumulation of runs by South Africa.
Very well dug out by the right-hander. Sheila was a very well directed Yorker from left-arm fast bowler, angling in. It was off balance, but managed well. Showing some confidence now, Sheila.
And there's one aspect of Shaheen Shah Afridi's game that I really enjoyed working with him as well. He has the ability to bowl that Yorker. I had a chat in the last T20 game, and I kept on asking him, you've got that potent Yorker, why not utilize it more often? Yes, bat is expected, but it's another thing facing it. Around the wicket again, it's been airborne. He's picked the gap, Kasile, and he's going to pick up a second boundary to his account this evening.
Yeah, talk about maneuvering the length. Talk about using the angle. Did it so well. Never looked to overhit the ball. Just used the pace and directed the ball into the gap to pick up his second boundary. It started to look good.
It's over pitched again, and guess what? This time round, he's dissected the field. Is it mid-off and mid-on? With a classical straight drive down the ground.
That is the peril. When as a fast bowler, you're looking to find that Yorker length. If you don't, and this could happen. Turn out to be a juicy half volley. And the batter, Chile, was ready for it.
Yeah, this is brilliant from the youngster. Back after 6 years in international cricket.
We think, not only as a bowler, but also as a captain as well. This partnership, 28 of 32 deliveries.
And that's down the leg side, and he'll have to re-bowl it again.
Hello here. 100% confidence with dandruff-free hair. Those are long, aren't they? Putting Ramesh to shame.
Change of angle now for Sain Saifredi, coming back over the wicket to the right end at Pasile. Over pitched again, but the inside edge means a dot ball. South Africa after 31, 176 for 3. Yeah, it's good to see the crowds in. Cricket back in Faisalabad after 17 years, and they've come out in their numbers. And it's beautiful to see there's some South African flags as well as Pakistani flags. So no biasness about this crowd this evening.
Hey, we are cricket-loving nation. Yes, we all want Pakistan to win, but we do appreciate good cricket.
To continue, Mohammad Nawaz. Can he follow it up with another good over? It's a good start. It's a good start at this juncture of the game. As both teams, you look at what's going to be a good score from here onwards. With the platform South Africa has afforded themselves, they must be thinking 280 plus.
Yeah, the tried and tested formula is at the end of 30th over, whatever you get, you double it. So South Africa does have a chance to go past 280. They're in a very good position.
Well, well, well. What do you make of that, Amir Sohail?
Well, Pakistan Cricket Board is adding 2 more franchises, and the Faisalabad city has a chance to get the franchise, and if they do, then PSL is going to come to Faisalabad anyways.
Oh, that's the arm ball. I think he might have just gotten away with one here with Matthew Brieske. Yeah, you talk about doubling the score at the halfway stage, but you also have to factor in conditions. I don't think this is your traditional wickets where you can up the ante towards the back end. I think the game's going to slow down a touch. And again, I will say you perhaps have to set your sights just a little bit lower than what we've come accustomed to over recent years.
Yeah, I hear you, but at the same time, this pitch, the looks of this pitch has belied the behavior, that's for sure. The anticipation was more of turn from this one. So if the bowlers are not getting that purchase from this wicket, I think South Africa does have a chance to breach 300 maybe.
I certainly feel they've given themselves that chance of getting there. 178 for 3 after 31.5. One ball remaining before that all-important drinks break for teams to reset again. Perhaps revisit their strategies moving into the last half of this innings. Brieske picking up a single. Well, Mohamed Nawaz has gone 3 and 3 in the last 2 overs. South Africa 179 for 3. And with that, the players will enjoy a cold refreshment. Well, South Africa lost 3 wickets so far in this innings. But the first to have fallen was Luandri Pretorius with the score on 98. Played a little cut shot. A wonderful catch by Mohamed Nawaz. And then they've lost 2 quick wickets in quick succession.
And how many times you have seen de Kock getting out in a similar fashion? And it was not Pakistani frontline spinner who did the damage. It was Saim Ayub once again reacting to the captain's call.
Yeah, he certainly has been the pick of the bowler, Saim Ayub. You certainly feel that perhaps adjusted to the pace of the surface much better than all the others. Nasim Shah, brilliant in terms of seam up front. Wonderful control, 1 for 25. But you get a feeling that this is going to be the area heading into the last quarter of this game where they will be tested in that bowling department.
And captain of Pakistan cricket team, Shaheen Shah Afridi, realizes the delicate situation of this game. And hence, going with his premier spinner in Abrar. Is looking for a wicket here.
Yeah, Pakistan in the last 12 overs They've been going at 4.5 to the over. So that's wonderful in terms of control. And that's exactly what you want from here onwards. If you can curb South Africa to that sort of run rate, that will up the pressure, because they'll have to up the ante to score. Well, Ahmed, he's into the attack. He starts with a dot.
Yeah, he's been there for 22 deliveries, captain of South Africa, Brzezinski. But no momentum has been witnessed in his batting. This time around, goes aerial, does the distance. That'll be a pressure releaser for the captain.
Yeah, and he has the ability to clear the field. Matthew Brzezinski, he's just been strangled with some consistent bowling. But a bit of flight, the invite was sent, and he says, I'll have a bit of that. But what has been impressive about that shot is the area which he looked to hit it. Downtown, that's your safest bet at this ground.
Yeah, he wasn't bothered whether it was a googly or a leg spinner, went with the stroke because the room was there.
Yeah, that's often so important, especially when you're being bogged down, that you know your zone where you look for that boundary. Absolutely no hesitation whatsoever that he's going to go downtown. Yeah, clarity in mindset.
Yeah, he was fully committed to that stroke.
Oh, it's airborne. Was that a chance? By the player's reaction, I certainly do feel it was.
It wasn't on the stronger side of Abrar. He bowls with the right arm. It was towards the left side, but at this standard, should have been taken.
Yeah, the best spinners in the world.
Deriv's partners will be a pivotal part of Deriv's growth in the next iteration. As we enter new regions, it's because our partners helped us understand exactly what traders need, and we are able to localize our product offerings.
If you bowl such a delivery, you will be punished. Too short, friendly pace.
Is that the momentum? South Africa is after the one tower, 12. I do get the feeling from time to time Pakistan just goes searching, go away from what's been working for them. Oh, that's airborne, and easiest of catches at backward point. Fakhar Zaman into the action.
That was expected of Mohammad Nawaz. He was getting the ball to grip. A lot of turn on that occasion. Since he backed away too much from the leg stump, wasn't in control. But Fakhar was. An easy take for him, and he's amongst the wickets. Mohammad Nawaz, the left armour. Good contribution from Kashile. 22, it's 191 for 4.
Yeah, brings to the crease the South African T20 captain, Donovan Ferreira. Just look at that strike rate. But this evening, the quest is to form another partnership with the captain, ODI captain Matthew Brietzke, who's on 21, because there's still plenty of time left in this innings.
Captain of the T20 format, got about 17 overs to make his mark.
And we've seen this from time to time this evening. The ball just sits in the surface, but that has turned tremendously. Like you say, the body momentum of Kasile going too far leg side. And in the end, only meant to find backward points. And it's good to see that fielder who concluded that dismissal, Fakhar Zaman, back into the mix for Pakistan. I'm a massive fan, perhaps one of my players that should be playing in your T20 side.
Yeah, he's proved himself time and time again. He can be really explosive. But he's been off the boil. Chance. Enough time for Ferreira to get back.
Fortunately for him, Brietzke gave him the early no. You can see he set off immediately, but it was an immediate no, which allowed him some time to get back. And the last thing South Africa want right now is a run out, because they've worked so hard to get themselves into this position. You can just get the sense that there's a bit of nerves from Donovan Ferreira. Just give yourself a bit of time. There's plenty of time left. Oh, that is brilliant. Excellent piece of bowling by Mohammad Nawaz.
Excellent line, excellent length. And the batter had no clue.
Yeah, I think also something to take recognition of is Donovan Ferreira. This is his first list A match since October 23. So no wonder the jitters. Final ball of the Mohammad Nawaz over. And it's a dot, 193 for 4. Yeah, brilliant contributions from the two at the top. 57 from Pretorius, the Cox 63. Good to see him back in the runs for South Africa. And a couple of starts. One start. Brietzke 22 at the moment. I would love him to kick on. Be the anchor for a couple of partnerships to form later on in the innings. 16 overs remaining. What can they get in that remaining 16 overs, South Africa?
It all depends how the Pakistani are going to bowl in this passage of the play. Another wicket here will definitely have them ahead in this game.
Oh, short, it was picked up and it was deposited for a maximum. Yeah, sharp foot movement from the captain Brietzke.
Yeah, he was presented with similar kind of a delivery in the previous over, but this time around the result was even bigger. A 6 went all the way. At this standard, you cannot afford to bowl such deliveries. You will be penalized and punished.
Just to my point about having that extra fielder up in the ring. This is wonderful cricket awareness from Metro Brzezinski. Yes, it was short, and again, no hesitation. That he has the power, the ability to clear the fence.
Better lines and lengths from Abra after getting hit for a 6.
Yeah, it's really an art to be batting in this middle period as well, especially when conditions are a touch on the slow side, but really enjoy the confidence in Metro Brzezinski, the intensity, the energy, looking to put the bowler under pressure. At the end of 35, it's 199 for 4.
You expected more from Abrar. He hasn't picked up a wicket, and at the same time, he's been expensive. Going at the rate of 7 per over. The conditions are favorable for the spinners. It needed a big effort from him. But all eyes on Mohammad Nawaz. Broke the partnership in the previous over.
And it's so important that you understand the work that Mohammad Nawaz has done here. Your job from the other side is just to keep it tight. Don't you trying to be the hero on the night as well and disappear for a couple of boundaries. That just released the momentum. He's been brilliant in his comeback spell so far. And even that in the field, that's what bowlers appreciate. The clean striker of the cricket ball is Donovan Ferreira, but this is a completely different ball game out here. It's a touch game that comes to mind, the ability to work the ball into gaps for 1s and 2s, to set yourself up to be able to launch it a bit later on. Does he have the patience? That's the big question mark for South Africa.
Yeah, when you see a batsman committing himself on the front foot, even the ball is being released, it tells you he's feeling the pressure.
And he'll definitely feel the pressure now. 7 consecutive dot balls from Mohammad Nawaz. Like we all say and anticipate, something's about to give.
$200 on the board. Vigotel selfie moment. Don't they love it? Taking those selfies, sharing it with friends, and that too with Vigotel Mobile.
Amir Bhai, what's your selfie game like?
I don't have the face for that. And I actually do not know how to pout.
Thought he was going to revert something to about your era. Well played and well left.
You're sinking. You feel the pressure, the unknown. It's closing in. You try to stay strong, but the worries of the future feel like they're pulling you under. Life seems chaotic and out of control. In the storms of life, where do you turn? In times of uncertainty, there is one that will carry you through. He is an anchor of hope and peace. That anchor is Jesus, God's Son, who died on the cross for you. He took our burdens upon himself, then rose from the dead to offer eternal life to anyone who asks for forgiveness and trusts in him. When things feel unstable, you don't have to drift through the unknown alone. Let Jesus be the anchor that holds you steady. Click to connect with an online volunteer to learn more about starting a relationship with Jesus.
Is back. Good overs in between, but every now and then there have been boundary deliveries that have been dished up, which is why the scoring rate has kept at 5.5. That's up in the air. Catch it is the call. Fielder should take this, and he does. Babar Azam under the ball, safe as houses. Abrar picks up his first for tonight.
Yeah, smiles all around for Pakistan. They understand the impact of the situation of the game. 14 overs left. And the powerhouse of Ferreira. We saw a few dot balls, felt the pressure, and looks for the big one. And straight to Babar Azam, who does the rest. Elation, yes please. He's caught one. Ferreira, he goes for 3. South Africa, 202 for 5.
Half the side now out for South Africa. 202 on the board, and in to the middle walks George Linder. Plenty of experience on the world circuit in franchise cricket. His 4th game in the ODI format. Can certainly hit the long ball. About 13.4 overs left in the first innings. He will hope to put together a partnership with his skipper along the other side, who's going well at 29. And it was courtesy a string of dot deliveries. 12 out of the last 16 deliveries when Bretsky and Ferreira were batting.
How often have we seen this in subcontinent? A string of dot balls, and all of a sudden you see a big shot being played, trying to release the pressure on debut. Don Ferreira. Spoke about the fact that there is a little bit of hold in the surface. Gets it above the eyes, entices him to play the big shot. Unfortunately, the execution belongs to the bowler.
At one point, South Africa were looking at 300, maybe even north. Now, given the projected score, 276 at 5.5 runs and over. George Linder and Matthew Bretsky both can play and hit the long ball and can get stuck in as well. But the surface now, with the amount of turn, with just a slight amount of hold, like you mentioned, JP, every now and then we've seen when they've tried to hit it with a vertical bat face, ball just holds. 204 for 5. .37 overs, 204 for 5, South Africa. Matthew Bretsky 30 of 35, and spin in tandem will continue. Mohammad Nawaz now back in operation with the slip. Picks up one to long on. In Rex. We'll come to you shortly. Slight amount of field change for the left-hander. Point falls back straight in line with the umpire onto the boundary. Long off comes up to mid off. George Linder can hit the ball straight as well. Does he take mid off on? Mohammad Nawaz opting to bowl wide outside the off stump. Once again, good from Pakistan after the wicket. It's been just one 3-dot deliveries. Previous over as well. Very good. Last 30 balls, just 18 runs, 2 important wickets. No boundary since the last 20 deliveries now.
Yeah, and it's the field positioning as well for the left-hander. Square leg in place instead of your short, fine leg. That encourages the fact that you have to try and play straight as opposed to just turning it around the corner. And often that can lead to a thick edge. Let me try that again, Uruj. Thickish leading edge. That's the end of 38 to 5 for 5. Take the glasses out.
"38 overs. 2 overs left in the second. Power play 205 for 5. South Africa. Bosch, 14. Ngidi to follow. The 2 men in the middle for South Africa extremely important if they are to get what the projected score at the moment has on board, 269. George Linder still very fresh to the crease. Matthew Bretsky is playing a good hand, but he'll want to continue. Naseem Shah back into the attack. Good run, comfortable in the end. We said we'll come back to it, and we have Inverex EV, Pakistan's smartest hatchback. It is the Inverex Zeo. Charge fast and drive smart. Few field changes. Now for the left-hander George Linder, long on the boundary, mid-off up in the ring. Protection square. Fine up in the ring as well. Carves it down to third for 1.
Well, Uruj, we certainly have the opportunity to play with our heroes sometimes and spend time with our heroes. I had the opportunity to enjoy some time with my heroes. And we saw the picture of Leandro Pretorius meeting Quinton de Kock a few years ago, and now the opportunity on the world stage to play alongside him and learn from the best.
Beauty of the sport. "19-year-old Leandro Pretorius now playing alongside Quinton de Kock. 98-run stand as well. Imagine an opportunity, his hero who had retired from the format. Why I'm chuckling away is because the director has certain things to say, not for the world to hear. He claims he's the hero to far few many cameramen, crew members around. Fans of the PSL all around as well. Great change up. Extremely so slow, that previous delivery. As a one delivery that has actually worked when it's been in line with the stumps, more importantly, almost that spongy tennis ball bounce. Oh, that's us. Tomorrow, what he is practicing is a game on for golf tomorrow. Myself, Vern, JP, and we're looking for a fourth, so if anybody's available. The last time story was Mr. JP didn't show up. He kept sleeping. Bowled him! Straight through, middle stump uprooted. The South African skipper has to go. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my goodness. Asif Yaqub sticks his right hand out to signal a no ball. Naseem Shah, not the first time, has overstepped. And what a costly overstep this might be.
Yeah, the skipper, Brietska, gets a lifeline. An important one in the situation of the game, looking to go cross back, just squats on him a touch. Hits the top of middle stump. It gets the beautiful words, "You have to come back, sir." Second no ball and second one to Brietska as well, so you'll get a second bite at the cherry.
Went through two extremes of emotion in a flash of a second, Naseem Shah. Dreaded news that of the no ball. The first no ball, the free hit delivery was a slow bouncer into the surface. Similar the second time round, Bretsky does get bat onto that. Now what an opportunity for Matthew Bretsky. It's time for him to get really stuck in with the surface, just starting to play a few more tricks, getting a little bit difficult to score. Want to stay out there till the very end.
Yeah, how costly for Pakistan is that going to be? Think about the phase of the game, just 11.1 overs left. I feel 6 down just has a nice ring to it from a Pakistan point of view. And that's the edge. That sees the back of George Linder. Has a quick glance to the umpire. An elation for Pakistan.
Well, he does get a W in the column, but that is of George Linder. Pace on delivery, the angle around the off stump, and a faint tickle to Mohammad Rizwan, who obliges. George Linder looks back in disgust. Naseem Shah can have the last dance. 7 overs, he's picked up 2 so far. Linda goes for 2, South Africa 209 for 6. $209 for 6, and out walks Corbin Bosch. 96 the strike rate, his 8th game tonight, a high score of 40, and he would love all of those 40 runs to come together this evening. 11 overs left. Nawaz to bowl his 9th. Protection down the ground as well.
Yeah, persisting with around the wicket angle is Naseem Shah, encouraging George Linder to look square, but unfortunately execution limited, and just finds a feather that sees it through to Rizwan.
Off the mark, Corbin Bosch with a single into the offside. It is a figure-free moment in the crowd, and you can get yours as well. You can download the app and get the insurance you need on your fingertips. South Africa will need the insurance of numbers on the board. 211 for 6. Last 45 deliveries, 32 runs with the 3 wickets. And they've fallen in clusters. 141 for 2, 147 for 3, 202 for 5, 209 for 6. Most of the times one has followed 2.
Yeah, what's really been impressive, particularly from a spin perspective, is the line that they've adjusted to. We spoke particularly in that 20 to 25 over period where it was certainly a little bit wider outside the off stump, bringing an extra man on the offside, but it certainly brought more dismissals into play. Yeah, that's the line, asking the right questions. And the length, most important. Just allowing the batter, not sure whether to get on that front or back foot. Rietske, the man in your picture, has really played well off the back foot, the ability to move his feet well, adjust, playing square. And they've adjusted well as Mohammad Nawaz.
Oh yes, beautiful nice.
40 overs done. South Africa 211 for 6. last 10 overs in the first innings. South Africa at the moment projected score with 5.28. The run rate is 263. Last three wickets have meant that the scoring has just halted slightly. 12 for 2 in the last 5 overs. Naseem Shah, who could have had 3, at the moment is on to bowl his 8th over with 2 wickets tonight so far. Asif Yaqub will signal the 3rd power play, which means 5 fielders can be outside the 30-yard circle patrolling the fence. JP, there are a couple of good spinners in the South African lineup as well. At the moment, captain out there in the middle assessing what might be a good first inning score. You've had a look at the surface. Given what they have in their lineup as a bowling team, what do you think would be safe?
The projection gives us 263, and I think that's a bare minimum from where they are currently. Yes, there's a little bit of grip in the surface, a little bit of wear and tear. I think the big question really for later in the second innings is really how does the dew come into play? Does that affect the grip on the ball, particularly for the spinners? It is projected. You would feel that's why Pakistan chose to field while winning the toss.
No dew at the moment. You can always tell by the shine, the reflection from the tyres of the buggy. That's what Shaheen Shah Afridi also said the toss. Practice sessions and the local information is that there has been dew in the past couple of days. Whether that remains to be the case or not, at the moment looks fairly dry outside. Last boundary now, 38 deliveries, so just over 6 overs now since the ball has crossed the fence.
I think the other important question, and certainly the approach to the Pakistan batting innings, is how they go about the power play. They start with the new ball. We saw in the batting innings of South Africa, that is what seems to be the best time to bat. Ball comes on nicely, a little bit of shine on it, and if the dew comes into play as well, probably comes onto the bat a little bit easier.
Direct hit, the crowd will enjoy comfortably in.
I must say it's a feature of certainly the white ball series up until this far. Both sides, from a fielding perspective, it's been pretty good. Running between the wickets, from a batting perspective, particularly Pakistan throwing their bodies on the line for the ball and really just backing up their bowlers.
Excellent delivery to end the over with pace on, beats him on the outside edge. 41 done, 215 for 6. The return to international cricket in Faisalabad has seen a full house, and they've been quite loud tonight. And so far, their home side is just trying to peg this back. The last 9 overs, they will hope they can wrap up the South African innings for not too many.
Well, you talk about the projected score, and you feel that Matthew Breeske has such a big part to play. You feel if he's there sort of 47, 48 overs, get close to that 290 mark. Great ability to play all around the ground against spin. Great foot movement up until this point as well. But given a life a little bit earlier by Naseem Shah with the no-ball wicket.
The other thing, we've seen that throughout the course of the 41 overs so far, it's not an easy service to get in. As the game has progressed, the ball's held up a little bit more, due yet to come in, so there is a little bit of turn. So Breeske does hold key here, and he'll want some support from Corbin Bosch down the other end. Started with the line outside the off stump, now starting to target the stumps, Mohammad Nawaz. Nicely placed, nicely timed, and very effective from Bosch to pick up 4.
Using his square options to good effect. They bowled a good consistent line and length. Has Mohammad Nawaz, previous couple of deliveries, looking to play it off the back foot. On that occasion, premeditated with great effect. And gets a welcome boundary for South Africa.
And picks up 1 to get down the other end. So 6 have come off the over with 1 to go. If South Africa can continue to do that for the next 3-4 overs to get around 46th, 47th over. About 5 runs in over. Add another 20, 25 runs, and then can tee off in the last 3. Last ball of Nawaz's spell tonight. Thick outside edge. The chase is on from Naseem Shah, but in vain. Expensive over to close his spell out. 42 done, 225 for 6. Two wickets apiece to Naseem Shah and Saim Ayub. Mohammad Nawaz, his spell is completed for tonight. 45 for 1, 44 for 1 for Abrar, still has 3. With 8 overs left in the piece, Shaheen with 4, Naseem with 2. Imagine 6 of those 8 will be bowled by them. Options available in terms of Abrar, Saim, one of those likely to finish the quota out. Plenty of conversation around Pakistan and death bowling in terms of wicket-taking ability and also the runs conceded. Now Pakistan in ODIs this year, 10 of them sit right at the bottom of the table, which is a concerning number. The economy 10.47 in the last 10 overs this year in one-day international cricket. We see the players who bowl in those 5 of the 4 of them in action tonight as well. Out of those, in the death over, in those 10 games, Shaheen Shah Afridi is by far the most expensive of the lot. In the last 10 overs, 6 innings, and goes at over 13 runs and over. So not only does he have the responsibility to bowl in the power play and pick up wickets, but towards the back end when you want to look to close the innings out, Shaheen Shah Afridi 13 runs and over, Naseem Shah just under 11 runs and over, and less than a wicket in that phase. Worrying. It is a flicker-free moment for all of you. You can download and subscribe the app, and you need the insurance, and you've got it for them on your fingertips. Coming back to the point that we were making earlier, 4 of the 5 in action tonight. Again, this year in ODI cricket, in the last 5 overs, that economy is slightly concerning. Also for the number of wickets they're yielding, not too many. Shaheen Shah Afridi 13.08. Naseem Shah going at over 10s. Haris Rauf going at over 9s. So far, once again, with Pakistan will hope that they can keep tightening the screws here and close the innings out, whether they can bowl South Africa out or not, and if not, for not too many. JP just spoke about the ability of Matthew Bretsky. He, on the other hand, will be hoping the exact opposite.
Well, if ever there was an opportunity to rectify those numbers, it's particularly today. And particularly I say that based on the situation of the game. South Africa 6 down, under pressure. Still 7.1 overs remaining. So it's not like they can just go helter-skelter. They have to be smart about how they go about it. Great improvements in that middle phase as well, 10 to 40. We spoke about the numbers and wickets that they've been short on. But so far, so good. End of the 43rd, 228 for 6.
You can sort of make out that South Africa want to carry on at this momentum for maybe an over or two and then finish on a high with guns blazing, because they've got Bretsky, who's batted himself into a very nice position to go for an onslaught come the last few overs of the innings. Anything over 250, Amir, would suit South Africa quite well.
Yeah, then Pakistan will have to bat well. Oh, he timed it too well. Timed it too well to reach that fielder, who did a grand job to hold on to that one. But it will be checked by the umpire.
Yeah, just as we're saying that he's got it all covered, he's played uppishly and he's fallen. Very good catch, I think, by the man at long off. Mohammad Nawaz once again showing his talent in the field. I don't know whether the umpires are going upstairs for this catch, but the batsman is on his way back to the dugout. Yeah, wanted to go maybe a little bit more squarer. Yeah, easily held, beautifully held. No need really to go upstairs. Sliding and making sure that he grabbed the ball, and so he's done for 42. It's 2-8 for 7. New man in, beyond 14. 74 runs, 14 matches. Oh, that's close. Wrong and wrapped in front of the stumps. And I'm sure that he'll have to take the long walk back. Is asked for a review.
TV umpire to director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on when ready, please? Ball's close to the bat there. Can we go to ultra edge when ready, please? Can we just go back, please? Just go back a few frames, please. And now forward. Next frame. And then go back, please. Go back. And then just play it forward. Go back. And then forward. Yeah, there's a clear gap between bat and ball. Go to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching outside off, impact in line, wickets hitting. Shoykot, you can still have your original decision of out. You're on screen signal now.
Looked absolutely out when things were going live. Review taken, not to be. South Africa lose a review, lose a wicket. Not of just one delivery, 228 for 8. Now then the focus is on Ngidi. Can he avoid a hat-trick? Oh, that's close, is it? Finger goes up. It's a hat-trick for Abrar. 7th Pakistan bowler to achieve the feat. South Africa will have a review.
TV umpire to director. We have a play review for LBW. The original decision is out. I've checked the bowler's feet and it's a fair delivery. Can we go to front on when ready, please? Let's just go to ultra edge, please. Yeah, freeze it there. There's a clear spike as the ball's next to the bat. Shoykot, get you to reverse your decision to not out. Stand by, you're on screen, signal now.
Thank God for the ultra edge. Well, the head trick celebrations cut short. Massive inside edge.
How this game has changed on its head. At the completion of 35th over, South Africa controlling the game, but by losing wickets at regular interval, the thing's been messed. But Pakistan managed to tip the scales. They are way ahead in this game.
And need a bowler like this against the tail enders, and Ngidi enjoyed it. He had no answer to this one. It went the other way. Gripped, spun, perilously close to that off stump. More flight, a little bit more speed. Double wicket maiden for Abrar. 2-8 for 8.
Yeah, bowled the right pace in the previous over. Abrar to be able to pick up a couple of wickets. Yeah, he's got so much in his repertoire. He can bowl the top spinner, flippers, the googlies. A promising start made by South Africa, but lost their way in the middle. They are struggling to get to 250.
By the must 6 overs left in the innings. Pakistan just a couple of strikes away from making it less than 250 for South Africa. It's a big slog there. They probably will come back for 2 if Ngidi is more athletic. He's running back, struggling, gets back in time.
It's a first game for Shaheen Shah Afridi as a captain. He handled things quite nicely. At times he was challenged by the opposition, but he made the right decisions at the right time to have the opposition struggling.
He holds the key now to South Africa's success. The last few overs are going to be critical.
Yeah, he played well. Contributed more than 30 runs in the last T20 I played. Huge attendance, and that was expected. International cricket returning to Faisalabad, and they are the enthusiasts.
That's got to be reloaded again. Trying a few things out there, variations, different lines. In the meantime, it's good time in the Isles for the Faisalabad fans. They've turned up in huge numbers and it's a house full. They had to wait for a very long time just outside the stadium. There were long queues to get in. Oh, that's gone into the gap. 4. Nicely struck by Bosch.
With that shot, you're reminded of that saying, luck favors the brave. He took his chances and became good. Finds a boundary, an important one for his side.
Half tracker put away into the gap for another boundary. That was absolutely muscled.
A lot of disdain easily be spotted with that stroke. Yes, it was a half tracker, slow one, afforded a lot of time for the batter to decide where the ball has to go. Picked up the right area, gave everything behind that stroke. Bosch moves to 19.
There's got to be a single around the corner. He wants to have most of the next over. Bosch, 2 balls left in the over. Works it away nicely. Wristy shot for a run. So 1 ball to be faced by Ngidi. Pakistan ideally would want this innings to fall very quickly, not allow South Africa a reach of 260 plus. A lot of adjustment in the field. Fine and third, both being sent back. 3 in the ring on the offside, 2 on the leg side. That's got to be re-bowled. Shah Afridi, well, it's not given a wide, so it's 240 for 8.
Yeah, we saw all the variety.